Hey everybody. So I wanted to share with you today some of the new Spread the Love hearts that I have. I actually started this back 5 years ago, and it was during a time where a lot of people were feeling sort of depressed and down. Not really sure why. I mean, I guess today we have a whole new perspective. But yeah, so I had bought these wooden hearts, and they were about maybe 2 inches, I want to say. I painted them all different colors. They were shiny. They put a smile on your face. I put a magnet on the back, and I was selling them for like $5 each. And after that, people had such a wonderful response to them that I decided that I was going to do this every year. So it just kind of evolved. And today I'll kind of show you the evolution of them and where they've gone today. And people are still collecting them, and I'm really very grateful for that because I think we do forget that we still need to spread the love. They started around, I want to say 2017, and they were these little, I want to say these are 1.5 inch hearts, and they're wood. I painted them, used a textured medium, painted them, glazed them, put a little magnet on the back. And I started them back in 2017 because it seemed like everybody was going through sort of this depressive kind of mode. I know it's silly to think about that now, considering all the craziness we have been going through for the last 2.5 years. But there it was. And so I wanted to do something that would not only just make me smile, but also make other people smile. So I did these every color of the rainbow, and I put them in a dish, and they looked like candy. I always talk about, being a kid in a candy store. And that's how it felt. And everybody who saw these, it brought a smile to their face. They were buying them as little gifts for other people who were down or going through something in their life. And it's a little treasure that says, I was thinking about you. I'm just, you're in my heart. I'm sharing love, And I did this size for a couple of years, and I still do them because I think they're so super cute. And and then I found like some bigger hearts, wooden ones. These aren't on wood because I found some acrylic heart shapes. And so I used the textured medium and again painted and glazed them, and they're all different colors. With the magnets on the back. These are without the textured medium. They're just really just painted. Using the pour technique on these. Very quick, but you get creative as you move forward with these and do not so much swipes or pours. You're painting it on and letting the paint move as it wants. But they're just small little treasures that I put these in little bags, and you can give them as gifts. And I think when you look at these all together, when they're just all these colors, and it just draws people's attention. I think color, no, I don't think, I know color just brings joy to people's lives. It is like candy. And then the year after that, I found these larger wooden hearts that I really love the shape and everything of. And I do the same process on these. And again, these small ones went for $5 a piece, and then these were $10 a piece. I think that's where these started, and when I do other things like drawing and do more complex work on them, they go for $20. But they, they're just, at the beginning, I don't think I called it Spread the Love. I just wanted people to feel loved and to know that everything was going to be okay. And that's basically how it started. I think it wasn't until the next year I started calling them Spread the Love. And then in 2019, I wanted to be more creative. And I started experimenting with pours and trying to see how far I could push it and do some different things with it. Of course, here things are a little bit more simplified because, well, they are and they aren't. But, I didn't want to go all too crazy. And when I do these batches, I do maybe 6 to 8 of separate batches. The hearts, I usually do dozens of those at a time, and that's it. There might be a dozen of these, a dozen of this size, a dozen of that size, and then I stop. Whatever sells out, sells out. At the end of the day, by then, Christmas is coming around, and I usually start passing out some of these to family members and friends for Christmas. But these are on wood panels, which I always worked on when I do paintings, because I love wood panels. I love that they're more sturdy. I don't ever have to worry about, I can draw on them and I can paint on them. I can do all kind of different mediums just on this one surface. So, but yeah, I just basically glue on the heart and then, finish it off. But usually I paint first on the backgrounds before, and then I just do some finishing touches once I lay the heart in. So there's that one. And now these I only did like 7, I think. And I already sold 3 or 4 of this size. So I don't have many of that size. And then I did some smaller ones. These are 4x4s. And I sold all but 2 of these. I made 6. So this one is actually still available. And I used the textured medium, but I actually glued the heart in, so it's not removable on this. This has a color shift pigment on it. And these are on clayboard. I also love clayboard. Then it was the 5x5s. And I did these all on this pouring medium boards. And I think you can, it's double-sided. So actually you could use the deeper side or the more shallow side. This is all natural wood. The inside of the panel is like a clay board. It is smooth and on both sides. And you can paint it. I would imagine any medium would work on this board. I haven't tried watercolor, but I've tried inks and those work pretty well. But yeah, I mean, it's awesome. This heart is made of slate, and I love working on slate as well. But I did these, I let certain areas of this particular batch, the paint to go over the edge in certain spots to give it a little bit more, drama. There's that one. Now these 5x5s, I have 6 or 7 of these. I think on each batch I did around 6 or 7. Maybe there's a couple, one of these that might have had 8, I'm not sure. But here's another one that's available. Now these don't have magnetic hearts, they're attached. And all of them hang on the wall. So you can see I decorate the backs a little bit, put Spread the Love. This one I also drew on textured medium. It has a lot of different techniques on here. And then this year, guys, oh, I didn't show you this one, I don't think. No. So this one, I buy a canvas board a lot because it's great for studies. If you want to, experiment with some medium, obviously you may not use like inks or watercolors, but maybe you would, I don't know. You could give it a go and see how that would work for you. But, I drew on here. I drew on the canvas, and it actually looked really awesome. So, and then I painted, did these little orb type bubble things, glued the heart on, and then I used also one of the small little hearts like here, and painted it and drew on it. This also has a color shift paint. I don't know if you can get it with this light here. There you go, some purples and blues, greens. But these are a cheaper option for studies, because when you're doing studies, they're not always necessarily going to be your finished work. They're an experimental process that you're working out in your mind. And so I do like getting these, but it worked out for this. I was really pleasantly surprised. So I actually only did 2 on the canvas board. I liked it. I liked the process of that. And so I, being happy with that, I was like, why not? This is pretty awesome. Then it evolved, guys. This year, this is the evolution of the Spread the Love hearts. These are on 6x6 clayboard panels. Now, granted, clayboard panels are not the cheapest, but I love them. I love the texture of them. I mean, obviously it wouldn't matter for what I'm doing here, but it does matter when you lift up and you have this nice smooth surface. And this is just painted, and then there's a stamp with love on it. This is the other side of the heart that was drawn on, and you can see the little magnets that I used. And then it just pops right on. And this particular one is hung just like this, and it has the, I forget what, the sawtooth hanger. This one's sold, by the way. And this one also has sold. There we go. Sorry guys, I'm just getting used to this whole camera situation, and I just learned how to mirror my screen to my tablet. So I'm like looking at that and trying to make sure I've got everything in focus. So I'm just starting to just make these evolve every year and something new and different and exciting. And, this is a gift. This is a treasure. The first one that gave me the idea was because I made the very first one of these for my niece this past, it was June 2nd. And it was for my niece. It was her golden birthday. She turned 2 this year. And I wanted her to have something special on her special day. And so what I did is I made this, and I wanted the heart to be able to lift up, and I write a saying on it. And I wrote her a little saying about, how much I loved her and supported her and will always be there for her. She's my grand niece. And so I thought that was so super cute and inventive, and my friend was like, oh my God, you got to make more of those. And so I did. And I actually, the second one I made, I sold that right away. In fact, that piece is going to Poland. It was a gift. And I contacted the buyer, and she said, oh my God, she loved it so much. It was, was one of her dear friends. And that made me feel really happy, that she wanted her to leave the United States with something special, that she would always look at it and know that, she was cared about. And then, and that's always important. Spread the love isn't just, a word. It's not just words, it's actions. And I'm not saying buy art. If you're not into art, that's up to you. But art is something that is a gift that keeps on giving. It's something that people treasure for more than a day. They treasure it for their whole lives. They pass it on to family members at the end of the day. So collecting art isn't just buying art like you're going to the, IKEA or Target or Marshalls or Walmart, any of those. It's not like that. These are forever gifts. You can see I really loved working on this piece. Very, very interesting what you can do. And I'm going to be honest, these were all really kind of experiments for me too, because I was like, oh, how can I push this further? And it's, it can be as simple as this, a wash. And I love doing that sometimes. And it gives the piece more depth in terms. And I can draw on top of that and do other things on top of that. That's the other side of the heart here. And I use acrylic, mixed medium, gel pens, paint pens. Textured medium is one of the things that I've been doing with paintings for a really long time. You can look at my website and see some of the stuff that I've done. And again, this is so super simplified, but so lovely and elegant and thoughtful. And I love that. This one sold as well. So 3 out of this batch has sold. So I have, I think, 5 left. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. And regardless if, you're spreading the love through buying something for somebody and giving them a gift and saying, hey guys, I just want to say I love you, I'm spreading love, I care about you, or you're just texting them or calling them, just saying, hey, I'm thinking about you, I know you were having a hard time, whatever, reach out to people. Because right now, people need people more than ever. And not just a text. I mean, okay, that's fine. But talk to them. Let them hear your voice. See them in person if you can. Like tomorrow, I'm going to see my good friend who I went to art school with. And we're going to afternoon tea, guys. I love tea and I love coffee. And I love that whole idea of it. But I've never been to an afternoon tea where they serve you tea and they give you all these finger sandwiches and little, treats and snacks. So I'm really looking forward to that tomorrow. I'll take some photos and stuff and post them on my social media. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm not on Twitter at all. And I'm not on TikTok, although I've been being pushed to do TikTok, but I'm not sure yet. It's just a lot. It's a lot for me to do this right now because I'm just not used to setting up a camera every time and, following what's going on here and then looking over there to make sure that everything is in frame. So bear with me, guys. I'll get better at this. And when I'm working on something, I want to be able to set this up and show you. But sometimes when you get into the mood to do art, it's not always easy to stop, set the camera up, and then get back into your creative frame of mind. But I will try to do some things where maybe I'm just working on a drawing and I'm talking to you guys about some stuff. Because there's a lot of topics in our 4Art Diaries can that we have not even got a chance to talk about yet. I'll maybe pull a topic from there. And if you guys have topics that you'd like me to talk about, please leave it in the comments. All right. So thanks for watching, guys. And don't forget to like and subscribe, share with all your homies, and please leave a comment. I always love hearing from you all. And stay tuned for up and coming videos as I have some artist interviews coming up this July. and then we have the plein air, but I'm not exactly sure yet when that's going to happen, but we are talking about it. So thanks, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Take care, and don't forget, spread the love.